Welcome to the 2025 Ulster Minor Club final here at Woodlands in Belfast, and it's Clann Eireann who you're looking at, and they've had to make 3 late changes. Carryduff, we think, are going to start with the team that they wanted to start with, but Clann Eireann are without 3, and one of them could be watching on the live stream from Germany. That's Cassie Henderson, and she is the captain of the Irish under-17 boxing team out there. She's already won 2 European medals, looking for a third. She's a quarter-final on Saturday against a Polish opponent after getting a bye there, but she'd love to be here tonight, but she's not. She also won a MFC Post-Primary Schools Ulster Ladies 2026 All-Star last week and was named St Ronan's Female Sportsperson of 2025, but she is missing tonight, so that's a blow for Clann Eireann, but you know, it's a chance for somebody else. And they also have 2 other changes, so the 3 changes: it is Eve McGibbon wearing number 25 coming in for Cassie Henderson, and she's actually at Liverpool John Moores, so she must have come home from Liverpool. Number 4, Rose Walsh, is replaced by Zara Dolan wearing 19, and I'm told Zara Dolan is a young player who's done really well this year, so that could be good as well. And at 15, Kaylee McGee is replaced by 26, Mia O'Hara. So that 3 changes for Clann Eireann for this game against Carryduff, who are going for 3 in a row. So that is them, and I'll go through their team. Actually, probably the easiest thing to do now before I bring Emma Kelly in. Clann Eireann, so Lucy Lennon in goal, she's only 16 years old. 2, Erin Malanafi. 3, Katie Kearney. 4 is Rose Walsh, replaced by Zara Dolan. Then you have Eve McGibbon wearing 25 in place of Cassie at 5. 16, Alea Delaney. 7, Grace Stewart. At midfield, Brianna McGee 8, and Evie McCafferty the captain at 9. 10, Anna Lavery. 11, Aoife MacDonald. 12, Lily Marie McAreevy. 13, Abigail McMahon. 14, Chloe Galbraith, and 15, Kaylee McGee, replaced by 26, Mia O'Hara. And that all gives me a chance, Emma Kelly, to mention some good news we had yesterday, because I was struggling with all these modern names, Aoifes and all that sort of. No, that's not too modern, but Evie and those are Elias and Abigail's granddaughter yesterday born, named Fia. Not a lovely name?
Yep. So
that's one of the more popular recent names are getting around the place, so lovely name, but none of that, no fears around this sort of team. But what do you think of those 3 changes?
So congratulations, Granda, first of all. Look, the changes, obviously Cassie's a massive blow, and she'd be a massive blow to any of the teams, even the likes of Clann Eireann seniors. If she didn't play for them, she'd be a massive blow. But again, it's an Ulster minor final, so anybody that steps up is going to go, right, well, this is a final, I need to grab my chance here and push on. So massive blow, but at the same time, it's 15 against 15. They just have to go out and go to war. So there's not much else you can say about it. Like,
so you're talking about boxing there. That's good advice for Cassie going to war out there, in the boxing ring. Let's go on to Carryduff then, and they of course going for 3 in a row, and at least 4. In fact, they told me 5, but I can't remember the 5th player who's played in all 3 or started all 3. But I'll go through them as best I can. In goals, Kiva Lavery. Now she has played in, or will play in, all 3 finals now in goals. She's at Ulster University. Her uncle would be Neil Collins, the Down All-Ireland goalkeeper from 91 and 94. 2, Orla Hughes. 3, Rebecca McDonnell, and 4 is Maria McLornan. Now her sister Ciara would have won 2 medals. Hannah Casson at 5, Anna McCardle at 6, and she's one of the also recent MFC Post-Primary Schools Ulster Ladies 2026 All-Stars, along with Isa McCarran at number 9, both named All-Stars just last week. And Niamh Napier is at 7. She, of course, is the sister of Emer, who's at number 8. And Maeve, who had 2 wins, and their dad Noel's in there as well. And Maeve's part of the management now. 8, Emer Napier, she's at Queen's University. She's one of the girls who's been in all 3. 9, Isa McCarran. 10, Cara Connolly. 11, Rose Horrisk. 12, Evie McHugh. 13, Sophie Kerr, she's at Queen's. 14, Cara Donnelly, she's at St Mary's, and she's played in all 3. And so has Ellie Sargent, who is at number 15. In fact, she got the 3rd goal in the final last year. She's at Ulster University. And Cara Donnelly, by the way, is a captain. And a point I'd make there, Emma, about them is a lot of those girls, there's 3 or 4 of them at university already. Clann Eireann, I think, all but 3 of their entire panel are at St Ronan's College. And I noticed last year and previous finals, it makes a difference if you've girls who are all towards the 18 rather than 16. Dunlow last year were quite young and a bit light, and that physicality can be important at this level.
Yeah, obviously you would want the slightly older ones, but the downfall then is Carryduff is going to have more of a changeover in each year group. So with minor football, you always look at it, this could be a lot of the girls' last game playing together as one big unit after being together possibly the whole way up underage. So the likes of Cara, who's in there for the toss now, they'll all be just going for it and going, look, this is my last chance of a medal at this level. Whereas the St. Ronan's contingent, Clann Eireann, if they're very young, it could be that they'll either go out with no fear, or it could end up going the other way around, that maybe Carryduff's more experience comes at it. But the one to
But I'm talking about the actual physicality of the game. Now, sometimes, like last year's referee, I thought, let that go as well. And the stronger team actually were allowed to dominate that way as well. It was a factor, not a deciding factor, but a factor.
Yeah, well, looking just at the two captains going in, the Clann Eireann captain is
she's a netball player.
Head and shoulders above Cara.
She's in the Northern Ireland under-19 netball team. She's going to Edinburgh next week. But look, Cara's a fantastic player. She got a goal in each of the last two finals, so not necessarily talking about that kind of difference in physicality, you know, but when they go into challenges and what's let go, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, it's just a bit extra strength conditioning on tap there, so it is. But going all beyond, Clann Eireann are known to have a lot of tall players, and especially the netballers. You normally would have had the Colemans and that playing, but at the same time, it's Maggie refereeing, so obviously some rule changes are coming in and stuff that you are going to be seeing a wee bit more physicality. But I'm sure Clann Eireann, being from Armagh and the pedigree they have, they're not going to be any sort of weak link as well. Like, so we're looking forward to obviously a really fast-paced, strong game, and obviously it's on 3G, so they can't be saying on heavy legs. The bounce could deceive some people. But
it's interesting you mentioned the new rules there that are going to come in. They're not in for this, but like I remember 2 years ago, Carryduff came up against a really fast-moving Lurgan team, and they completely nullified them by sitting in really, really deep, parked the bus. But it worked for them, you know. There's the anthem now, so we'll pause as well here. I just got a line through there about the number 26 Mia O'Hara, who has come into the Clann Eireann team. She, we believe, was player of the match when we did earlier this year Tyrone, or was it Armagh against Tyrone, or no, Armagh when they won the Ulster Minor Silver final, I think it was, in Crossmaglen in May. She was player of the match that day. That was the day that Aoibhinn Donoghue got an injury, unfortunately, to her knee. So she's named in the subs, but unfortunately she's not involved either. So that's two huge losses, really. Two players who've really made their mark the last few years, Cassie Henderson and Aoibhinn Donoghue. So two blows there. But, you know, there's history between these teams, and as you say, Clann Eireann like to play good football, and the last couple of years they've met in the prelim 2 years ago up at Carryduff, I think it was, or was that, no, this year? No, last year. Yeah, last year. And Carryduff won only 110 to 1-9. Previous year they met at Carryduff, it was up, and it was a high scoring game, and again, Carryduff were just a bit too strong, their physicality, and it came through in the end. They got a penalty in the second half and they won it fairly handy. But, you know, two different teams here, not exactly the same players. So we're looking forward to a cracking game here tonight. And we have Maggie Farrelly, an All-Ireland senior referee from 2014 and 2022. She's done two All-Ireland Senior Championship finals in Croke Park, famous referee, and she's here, I think I was asking her before the game, doing her first Ulster Minor Club final. So off we go, and it's Carryduff playing from left to right in their traditional purple and gold against the orange from Clann Eireann, and on the break it's Evie McCafferty, the captain of her team, and as I say, she'll be going to Edinburgh next week playing netball, but tonight it is all about ladies football, and it is a game we've been looking forward to for weeks, and I've had to look forward to a little bit longer after the game was called off last Sunday afternoon. So a free for Carryduff, and it will be their centre half forward Anna McCardle. She was a sub in the 23 final. Scored a penalty last year in the final, by the way. First goal of the game. Centre half back, and a very accomplished player already, and indeed an all-star, as I was saying, for 2026 already. Looking for their first score of the game, and that's blocked down quite well. It's a bit of a distance away from me, and I have to say the lights are not fantastic here in Woodlands, and I'm looking at my monitor trying to see who it is, and those numbers on the Carryduff jerseys are hard to see with the white on the sort of yellow across it there as well, or the gold split into the purple as well. Up close okay, but from a distance not so good. This is Alaya Delaney. She's one of the 18-year-olds. That's what I was talking about. The more 18-year-olds you have, I think it helps now. Good run from her forward, and she's been tracked all the way. I think that was McCarran coming over to challenge, and again she comes in with a challenge, but they keep possession, and this is what I've seen Emma the last few years. Carryduff very familiar with sitting in there and getting their players back into a very well rehearsed system in there. Let's see if Clann Eireann can break it down. 25 is Eve McGibbon, who is in for Cassie Henderson, and Cassie was named at 5 but wouldn't have been playing there. And this is Erin Milanofi, so the numbers not meaning too much. This is a promising move, but look at the Carryduff players getting the numbers around, but they do foul, and Maggie spots a foul in there and has given that one. Interesting start to the game, both teams having good attacking play.
Yeah, so Cara Dongley, the captain of Carryduff, has had a lot of possession already for them. I noticed straight from the throw-in, Carryduff just held their corner forward the far side. It caused a bit of confusion in the Clann Eireann back line why they weren't lining out as a 3, and automatically straight as the throw-in she dropped straight back. So we can see that Carryduff are just keeping 3 forwards straight up the middle, and Clann Eireann's just going player for player on them. So the first kick out will always be key here, so we can see the distance and obviously who the main target is.
Okay, well they've picked out their midfielder Emer Napier very well. So if she was aiming for her, she got it spot on. There are 2 players around her, but she still got it. Anna McCardle just pops it down the right.
I'm
glad to say it has stopped raining, by the way. We had a lot of rain here the last couple of hours. Well, I say a lot, it was kind of constant, but it has stopped completely now, which is great. We'll take that. That's a good ball up to Grace Stewart. And Carryduff, well, their attack broke down there, and Clann Eireann giving them their fill of it so far. And there you see the pitch that we're playing on here, and the bounce. It's who adjusts to that is important as well. This is Aoife McDonald. That's played forward quite well and caught quite well as well, but outside the scoring zone you would imagine, but all the way up there, that could be the first score of the game. And in fact it nearly dropped into the net, and I think it was
Lily
number
Marie.
12. It was Lily Marie McAreevy with that one. Her auntie is the manager, Martina Hoy, and she's got the first score of the game, and a really good one it is too.
Carryduff got a quick kick out away there. Clann Eireann just turned their backs and let them go, and Orla Hughes was pretty alert there to get the ball.
Pretty even game so far though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're trying to get their matchups right. Clann Eireann are obviously, Carryduff's pushing everybody back defensively, so Clann Eireann's not afraid to set up their own attacking zones to kind of push back on them.
Now that could have dropped in for the corner forward there, but the goalkeeper read it well. That's Lucy Lennon. And Clann Eireann, I say, are starting in a very assured way, and they have that motivation, you know, of losing to Carryduff in each of the last 2 years. Clann Eireann have won 4 Armagh in a row, but they dearly love to get an Ulster here. And I didn't realise it. Well, I did sort of realise, but I forgot. Clann Eireann won this in 2015. I forgot about that and had to look it up again there this afternoon. December 15th.
Arrogall Kieran, wasn't it?
No, they lost to Arragall Kieran in a final. That was 2017. I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's follow the play now, because there's a chance for Carryduff to get their first score on the board. It's way over on that left corner. As I say, the lights aren't
That's
great.
Cara Donnelly in the ball.
It is Cara Donnelly, of course, trying to come inside, and she scored a goal from this kind of angle in the final last year. Now the referee, I think, blew for a free, but then allowed it, and a good refereeing as well. And it's a point for Carryduff and for Cara at the start of this game. Yeah, it was a foul there, but she could not be stopped. Now let's look at their kickouts. Let's see where they go. Well, they're looking for the height, and it didn't work. I think it was Eve McGibbon they were looking for, but it was actually
Anna McCardle.
That is Anna McCardle wearing number 6. She was up there, and she had no right to win that one, but she did somehow.
I think it's more that Eve is attacking more, that Anna's just going with her, and Anna seems to not be afraid of being up in that attacking zone compared to some defenders.
Now there's a chance here. There might even be a goal chance. They're working this really nicely, and it is a goal, and it's taken only 5 minutes, and it is Carryduff going for 3 wins in a row, and after conceding the first point, they've hit back with a goal and a point, and a really good goal it is too. Really well worked, and it was from that kick out I was talking about. It was worked in by Napier, and this is a number 12, and it was put in by 5, Hannah Casson. So it was Evie McHugh to Hannah Casson, a well worked goal. And when a half back comes forward and gets a goal like that, you know you're in business, and Carryduff are in business. First goal of the game. So
again, they got a quick kick out away there, so it seems to be once both this team scores to just tune out for a wee second. It allows the other team to get the kick out away.
Yeah, or maybe it's just the team being really quick, but yeah, they'll probably liven up to that. And is that a +1 in there, just picking up that easy ball in there? Maybe Carryduff's system is just going to take over a little bit now after a good start by Clann Eireann. You see the ball just speeding away there and bouncing, which you probably wouldn't get in grass at this time of the year, but Carryduff seem to have adjusted now very well, and after winning, of course, a couple of finals, well, they haven't been beaten in this competition in obviously 3 years. They know what they're doing out there.
Somebody spoke back to Maggie there, and she's moved it forward.
Don't do that. You don't do that. And
somebody's getting a tick for that as well by the look of it.
So we were mentioning there the previous finals. 2017, Errigal Kieran actually beat Clann Eireann in a final in Clones, but 2015 Clann Eireann won it. They beat Moville, would you believe, up in Celtic Park in Derry, 3-13 to 1-1. And the manager was Tommy Coleman. And a lot of that team went on. And Armagh, the first winners in Armagh, the senior championship, a lot of players were from that. And it is a good score, yeah. So Clann Eireann really have only themselves to blame there. They gave away the free and then had it moved up as well. So 1-2 to a point. And Carryduff with 3 scores in a row. Kick out goes to the same place as it did for the goal, and Carryduff getting players over there in and around to try and get possession from the kick out and turn it over there and press them really high on the kick outs, and that's what brought about the goal. Anna McCardle in a very advanced position, as you say. She's maybe following Eve McGibbon or whoever it is she's having to mark. She's not afraid to get up into the forwards at all. But yeah, they're starting to assert their dominance early on in this game. And there's the girl who got the goal, pops it in nicely, and there's the girl who gave her the pass. That's Evie McHugh, and that's a tricky one for the keeper. It's another goal. Well, it's the same combination as the last time, except the other way around. And she said, well, you set one up for me, I'll set one up for you. And now Evie McHugh has got the second goal for Carryduff after less than 8 minutes.
Yeah, it seems to be that Evie loves to cut across and get onto her left peg, so Clann Eireann will hopefully click on that she wants to get on the left, keep pushing her out the other way and don't let her cut in.
Now at this level, a couple of goals they got in the first 10 minutes can really dictate the rest of the match, so it's about how Clann Eireann react to this. And as I say, they had started quite brightly, but now it gets into your head, you're going, oh my goodness, every time Carryduff go forward they're going to hit us with a goal. So they are huge scores, and that is going to be given away, is it, or rather intercepted? And it is. That was brave play, and I think it was McCarran, who got in, and McCardle. It was McCarran first in, then McCardle take it, and there's McCarran challenging again, trying to win it back. And they're just putting pressure on, and you know they're so well drilled over the 3 years, and you know, credit to the management for that. They have put in a lot of work here, and they are heading for an historic 3 in a row, and they've made a great start on the way to doing that.
You can see now that Clann Eireann's been a wee bit more weary of Carryduff on the break, that they're not all going forward.
Yeah. And it's one player on her own there, you see, and 3 after. Look at the tackling again, and she's given it away there. And Carryduff's system is just absolutely incredible at times. And Clann Eireann, as you say, looking a little bit wary after the first 9 minutes of the game here. And Carryduff coming out with it. And defensively, they've really settled. Oh, that's a good challenge, though.
Is that the netballer you were?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Lovely hand in.
That was Evie McCafferty with that, the captain, but she's given it straight away. And you know, they're just not finding the players the way they were in the first couple of minutes there, and I'm not sure if the confidence has been really, really dented by those goals, but they're just not knitting together. Whereas the way you notice when Carryduff's 2 goals, I mean, they knitted together so well. As you say, there was players running at all sorts of angles, but that helps, you know, when you've got a goal or 2 and then the confidence is up.
Yeah, Clann Eireann's doing the hard work. They're getting some lovely tackles in there, and then it's just their next pass is panicked and then they lose it. That was another great tackle to sideline. Lucky enough it's been brought back for a free.
But it's how you try and break down Carryduff, and teams have tried over the last few years. I've seen them in the finals and at other games, and it's really, really hard. And Clann Eireann are finding that now. It's okay getting the ball out the field, but when you get into their 45, they're so hard to break through.
Yeah, and Clann Eireann have been caught a couple of times now, just with their decision making that they're getting done then for overcarrying.
Yeah,
but
now
if you the likes of,
if you had really good individuals like Evie Donoghue and Cassie Henderson, you're in business. There could be another goal. Oh, what a block!
That was a brilliant block.
Brilliant block coming across. I'm trying to see what number it is to give credit to her for that.
I think it was
looked like
Dolan,
it was going to be goal 3. Well, number 2's coming across.
19,
and then, yeah,
Sarah
19.
Dolan.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant from Dolan. There's another goal there, and you're thinking, good night already. But yeah, I remember Lurgan, they won the Ulster Minor before Carryduff's too, so they came into the final and you thought, oh, they're going to be great, and they'd put up great scores. They could hardly get a point against Carryduff, you know.
So what Carryduff just did in their 45s there, something that with the new rules won't be allowed to happen. They have to play it forward, so it'll stop that wee kick back the way.
Yeah, and if they bring in the 3 players up as well, you know, they'll not be able to park the bus as much, but it certainly was effective for them a couple of years ago in that final, and it's been effective here today. But there's obviously a lot more to their game than that. They've shown that with their goals here.
That was lovely high fielding by Evie McCafferty, in the midfielder, just in her own zone there to take the pressure off.
So Clann Eireann coming out, but they've made a lot of mistakes like that, you know, haven't they? And Carryduff have pounced to turn them over a lot, and the work rate from Carryduff is incredible. They follow their players so well, and there's always one and then another one comes in as well. Clann Eireann now popping it out to Brianna McGee, and off goes Brianna here. This is promising, and they might even get a point here out of this. Is that on target? Just inside the post?
Wide.
Yeah, yeah.
Maggie,
or is it a 45?
Maggie signaling wide.
Maggie's going wide, but I saw one of the umpires put one hand up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think Maggie was possibly behind the ball, so she'd have a better angle.
But again,
there, so.
if you know, in the replay you watch it there, Carryduff get 3-4 players in and around the kicker.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on the ball carrier, forcing the mistake, and again, because they're dropping people back, it's 1 or 2 putting the pressure on.
And they're doing well around here, Clann Eireann. They're doing okay around here, but they're getting possession in these areas, and as you say, putting the tackles in. But it's this area now coming in here. Can they compose themselves? Grace Stewart, can she get a score? They need to work it, get to a shooter, but like, that's a bit far out, isn't it? You know, that's going to drop into the keeper's arms. So you see the difference there when they're going forward. It's so different from Carryduff. Carryduff working it in and getting shots and goals from close range every time they go forward.
Yeah, I think Grace just panicked there and thought there was nothing in front of her, instead of maybe recycling the ball or getting their shooters on it.
That's a good interception by Grace. She's maybe going to get another chance here. Now again, look at the hand in there. That was Issa McCarran getting back there, and she broke it down as soon as Clann Eireann had a chance. And to me, that must be really, really demoralising for a team when you do that. You get a bit of room, you do something right, and then somebody comes in on the blind side and breaks your heart by getting a challenge in, and they might even hit them on the break here, because they've 2 against 1 down in the right corner, and Clann Eireann trying to get players back, but great movement by the Carryduff players. And there's a lovely little pop pass in again. Now there's that Evie McHugh again. She's got 2 goals already.
Yeah.
And to me, that sums up Carryduff. It was the turnover, brilliant turnover, brilliant move, great finish.
Yeah, she automatically had pulled away completely from the play there. That one kick pass cut out 3 Clann Eireann girls, and then it was herself and Cara Dongley went at the Clann Eireann fullback, and to be honest, 2v1 you're not going to do it, and it was a lovely score off the left peg again. And
I have to say the Clann Eireann girls looked a little bit jaded trying to get back there, you know, because the kick pass, you know, it moved the ball really, really quickly and made it difficult for them, and they were having to get all the way back. Now Clann Eireann in possession here, looking to get a bit of support. And is that Dolan, or it might be Dolan coming forward again? Now we have it 1-3.
At least 2.
I think it is 1-3. There was a score a minute ago.
No, it's the goal. We're missing a goal.
Oh, we're missing a goal on our scoreboard. Thanks, Jerry. You're right. Yeah, our scoreboard should be 2-3 to 1. We missed a goal there. There it is now. It's up. There was nearly another one. So 14 minutes nearly at the 1/4 stage of the game, and Carryduff very much in control of this game. I'm just checking on the Facebook page to see if there's any messages there. Maybe people were telling us about that. There's a message from Noreen saying, give it your all. Can't make it to Belfast for the game. Granny Noreen.
There's Evie McHugh going at them again. Anna McArdle is playing a really pivotal role here for Carryduff. She's sweeping everything up and giving lovely passes, and look at the shot there coming in as a drop in.
It's just dropped short, but the referee's going to bring it back. It was Ellie Sargent with the kick. But yeah, they're playing a smart game, really smart football, and they just all know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, Anna McArdle's one of the new All-Stars as well. Well, maybe not new. I think she got one last year as well, possibly. But she's sweeping everything up there, and she's having a brilliant game so far, as well as Evie McHugh. As we know, she's been scoring a lot.
So Ellie Sargent pops that one over and makes it 2-4 to a point. Ellie, who's at Ulster University, got that third goal in the final last year, and very accurate there from that one.
So we can see Carryduff have a sweeper back here, so Clann Eireann should have a free somewhere. There we are. So,
well, they've maybe worked that out and got the ball to the free player.
That's Eve McGibbon went for that one.
I know the rain's starting to come down here, not too bit annoying, and to be on our monitor as well. I'm not sure it'll survive the evening. The rain coming into it, we usually have a cover on it, but it's been a bit tricky here. We were looking forward to a lovely media tower at the Dub Arena. This is very, very different, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Aoife McDonald for Clann Eireann, and you see there they've been forced around the sides. And again, as they try to come in, there's 2-3 challenges coming in. That might end up on the goal. Nearly did. Grace Stewart, if she gets there first, is a great chance. Well done by the goalkeeper, you have to say there, because you saw at the other end there was a goal where a ball dropped in under the crossbar, which just can happen sometimes. But the goalkeeper there, Kiva Lavery, to be fair, she was great in the final last year as well. And she not only made the first save, but was alert enough to make the second one as well.
Yeah, Grace maybe would have been better just pulling on that instead of picking it up and letting the keeper have the chance to get around her. But again, brilliant by the keeper to get out and get down to the feet.
And it means that Clann Eireann stay with just a 1 point, and it was the first score of the game. Would have really lifted them, you would imagine. But at the other end, Carryduff a little bit guilty of dropping a few short as well. So they've had 2 goals, really good goal chance, and they've dropped a few short as well. But I guess the team's maybe not used to playing at this venue. So Clann Eireann.
The light mightn't be helping the keepers too much there either with it dropping. So.
True, good point, yeah, good point. But even more credit then to Kiva Lavery, to be fair, in her third final. So 16 minutes gone. And Clann Eireann looking to try and get going, trying to get Erin Malanafi into the play here. She's stood up by Emer Napier, but does really well. Gets past her, but nowhere to go. Has to come back out again. Carryduff just marking that zone in there, if you like. Now Grace Stewart playing a ball in behind there to try and get in behind, and I think she's lashed that one
over the bar.
Over the bar, yeah, good score. And that's maybe one way to beat that sort of blanket defence in there, is to get players, or to get one player in behind. But even when they got that ball in there, Emmett, there was still 4 around her.
Yeah, you can see the difference that when Carryduff attack, they have people in and around coming off the shoulder and making those cut and runs with intent to try and get the ball over the top, whereas Clann Eireann have to come back and try to get it then as they come off the shoulder instead of having the runners already there.
That's Evie McHugh playing it over to Sophie Kerr. They're throwing the ball around really nicely and creating really nice chances. Now she's missed that one in the end, but it was good play by Sophie Kerr before that. Sophie is at Queen's.
You can see both teams are trying to make the pitch as big and as wide as possible when they have the ball, because it's the only way that you can cut out the sort of blanket or crowded defence.
But is it my imagination?
They need to move it quicker.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, but for me it's Carryduff are moving the ball, hand passing, and really good hand passing and really accurate to chest, keeping it all together. Clann Eireann seem to be relying on a lot of kick passing, which, you know, can go astray more. You know, is that a difference, do you feel, at the game so far?
Yeah, I think the way that Clann Eireann have one girl standing in the full forward line with a lot of space in front of her, but Carryduff have a sweeper in front, so they're trying to do it that a bit like their seniors would in odd time, that the ball is slightly over the top, but it's not going to work because again Carryduff's sweeper there is just there and reading it, so they need to try and get a kick in to the 1v1 a bit quicker to make the Carryduff defence think they need to sit a wee bit more, and it might create another layer for Clann Eireann to get up on top of.
The player you're talking about in there is Abigail McMahon, Abby, and she is a goal machine. I remember a couple of years ago actually up at Carryduff she scored one of the goals, and I think in an Armagh final that year she scored something like 4 goals and she was only something like 14. But Carryduff have obviously done their homework and realised, you know, we have to keep her away from the play, and we have to keep that system in there, and it is working. They're not getting the ball into her. They're not able to get it in, as you say.
They haven't tried to kick into her to see if it would put pressure on them, whereas Carryduff, their forwards are moving out into the space at speed and getting it, and there's another goal chance on here, but Clann Eireann have got back really well.
Oh, now the challenge was in there, and I thought that might have been a foul, but no, Maggie's right in there, and they twisted that one into the keeper, and they're going to survive here, Clann Eireann. But yeah, Carryduff are getting in and around that goal area a lot, and as you say, it's more difficult for Clann Eireann. They haven't been able to get Abby McMahon into the play at all. They haven't been able to get that ball into her, and you're saying they're not getting it in, they're not putting it into her, but it's probably not as easy as that. But hold on, they might have a chance here now. Here's a chance to give it into her, although they might go up the middle. They do go up the middle instead, but again, really good tackling back there by Carryduff. They just get the numbers in and around, didn't foul, and just snuffed out that challenge. But here's another chance. Now she's going to belt that one in, and there's the ball. They're trying to get into her, to Abby McMahon, but two players in there defending, and they managed to deal with it again. On that occasion, it was Maria McLaurin, the number 4. She was a sub in 23, right half back last year. Her sister Kira is 1-2, and she's in there now.
If we watch Carryduff, the movement in the Carryduff forward line, they're going to want it.
Well, so here's Evie McHugh again. She's been terrific, and lots of good play from her. There is a kick pass in from her, and she's coming in from the right all the time in that left foot, and she's just causing so much trouble, isn't she?
Yeah, they're spraying the ball about, as in to drag the Clann Eireann defence about the place, whereas Clann Eireann aren't really dragging Carryduff's defence.
Only one criticism I carried off the last 5 minutes or so. They've put balls wide. They haven't added to their score really for all their dominance there, and that's a couple, at least the last 2 or 3 that have gone wide there, and they've dropped ones in short as well.
Yeah, they've dropped 2 into the keeper's hands and 2 wides that I'm sure Clann Eireann will be putting it down to. They're getting more pressure on top of them to try and force those shots, but Carryduff will not be happy with that.
But they do lead, and they have a very good lead. It's an 8-point lead, 2-4 to 2 points, and this is better. And Clann Eireann showing signs of life the last few minutes. Anna Lavery coming through, but running into that purple and gold wall again, and that could be intercepted, and it is yet again. You really have to admire Carryduff's defence, and Clann Eireann just cannot unlock that defence at all. They can't find a way through.
Yeah, they're reading everything. Like, you can see that they had no options, so they just were able to push out straight away and get on top of that.
But it was an ambitious pass, wasn't it? You know, and
yeah,
whereas Carryduff at the other end, as I say, it's the hand pass, and they're making sure every time.
Clann Eireann probably would have been better taking their point there. The girl running through, just tap it over the bar and get the scoreboard ticking again.
Tasty tackle going in there, and it's actually a decision for Carryduff. And they get it, and it's Napier, Emer. She's at Queen's as well. She spreads the play out to that far side. Her sister Neve at number 7.
Crossfield pass is on to number 13 if they get their heads up.
And Napier again. And see the way, I mean, that they're moving it around really, really well, and they have spotted that one you were talking about. Just playing it into the corner now. And Carryduff forcing Clann Eireann back in numbers, but not just numbers. They need to get the challenges in, and this is Neve Napier.
Lovely
and in the
score.
end, yeah, nice score.
So
you just feel there that the energy's draining a wee bit from Clann Eireann, and they're not able to get out there. That's what I'm saying. They're back there, but they're not getting the challenges in the same way.
Yeah, they're taking up a space, but they're not doing anything productive in there. I thought they did well to kind of push Carryduff out, but Carryduff are basically showing their experience of going for the 3 in a row. They're being patient, and they're not being forced or rushed into that shot.
Oh, it could be a goal on here. She's through again, and that's gone wide.
Another wide.
It's gone wide. They're leaving a few chances behind here, but I don't think they'll be panicking, Emma, the way the game is going.
No, I think they'll be comfortable enough where they're at.
Right, sorry, asking people here to stay back. And there's like rain here, and there's wires everywhere. It's just a difficult venue for us, so
no,
just making sure we stay on there.
Carryduff management now coming up to half time will be comfortable enough in what they've been doing, but at the same time 2-5 to 2, a couple of goals, as you said, could put it in the back foot, so they'll be looking to get another few scores on the board before they can go in.
Well, there is another one.
I think, was that Cara Donnelly, was it? Maybe waiting on her turn around.
I'm going to wait to see the number.
I think it is 14.
I think it is, you're right, yeah. So it's been one-way traffic after a good start.
So let's see if Clann Eireann can find their free player.
They have done a lot of the times, you know, but that one, well, it's well taken actually. I don't think it was a free player, but she took it well, yeah.
Steps.
Overcarry. That's happened a few times.
Yeah.
They've been caught that way a few times. This game's looking a bit ominous for Clann Eireann, I have to say. Now being hit by a ball here. Some kids playing football behind me here. I was so looking forward to that media tower at the Dub Arena.
So you can see Carryduff are just doing wee 1-2s over the top. They give it and then they make an angle and get it back. I think that one's going to go wide as well. Should we do right? Nope, it's wide again. So that's possibly 3 goal chances and at least 4 wides now that they've had that they'll be disappointed in.
So we talked earlier, or I brought up about the physicality. To me, it hasn't been really about that tonight. You know, it's just been about Carryduff's organisation and the work rate all over the field and just getting pressure on every single Clann Eireann player every time they get the ball and just making their life uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's the decision making on the ball. So you can see Clann Eireann rush it a bit and force it a bit, whereas the same as
like
that's been intercepted when the player probably had another option on it. That's
what an
cracker,
effort.
Cracker.
Oh, pick that out.
Cracker.
Top corner. Wow, just coming up to half time. A brilliant goal. Let me see that
10,
number.
10,
is it 10? It is 10. It's Anna Lavery, 17 years old. Take a bow, young lady.
No,
that was
Cara Conley.
Oh, I'm reading the wrong team. You're right.
Conley.
Cara Conley it was.
It's coming again.
Cara Conley. Wow, take a bow. That's an absolute super goal. Fantastic.
Yeah. And a free in here as well. So
it was going to come. You know, the way the game was going, it was going to come.
Yeah, we didn't expect a finish like that, but
no.
That again came from the interception. That was
Cara Donnelly actually put one in the final last year in almost the identical goal into the top corner from that angle as well.
I think it's Ellie Sargent going for.
Yeah, and Ellie gives me a chance to mention.
Pulled that wide.
She has. That's not like her at all, but they still have a huge lead here already. I'm going to mention their management here, by the way. Damien Horrisk, Aidan Hughes, Orla Meehan, Noel Napier and Jared Sargent. And also they've named Ciara McLarnon, Maria's sister, and Maeve Napier and Susie Baxter in their management as well. But that management has more or less been there, or has been there, I think, the last 3. So it must have been there even longer than that. If I remember right, a lot of these managements would have been there with these girls all the way through.
Yeah, no, Carryduff have some huge numbers coming through at underage. That was a big hit
that
there.
doesn't always transfer, you know.
It's trying to get the balance of how do you get them all game time, how do you keep them all happy, and obviously then you need possibly an A, B and a C team just to get them all game time and the development of them all, and but you know yourself, universities and everything else.
It's a system, it's a tackling. I mean, you see there now they have fouled eventually, but there was 4 or 5 players there all getting in and around. They all know each other so well. And they all play for each other and have done for years. And also there is the Delia McCarran factor as well. They play with her memory. She was there at the final last year, and that's Lisa's mum. And you know, there's things that kind of bonded them together as well. And they're on the brink of history here tonight. Now this effort will drop short. I think they need to watch it. They do. No problem to Lavery. Well, spills a little bit, and Carryduff nearly coughed it up, but of course they're always there to win it back very quickly. And look at the support play there again. Although, hold on. Oh, there's an overcarrying against them. A chance here. And they're trying to take it quickly.
They're lucky Maggie brought that back because there was no Clann Eireann girl there at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure who she was passing that to, but she obviously thought there was going to be a run there, but was trying to take advantage of McMahon. But it'll be a point at the most.
Well, that's 2 or 3 times Clann Eireann shot has dropped in and the keeper has knocked it in front, and there has been nobody following in. Grace Stewart that one time that she probably should have just pulled on it, but they're just not following and not taking a chance.
So Abby, with just over a minute to go to half time to get Clann Eireann's 3rd points, and indeed she does.
You can see.
Oh, hold on. That umpire keeps going and putting one hand up, and I'm going, what's he putting one hand up for? Is that a 45?
There mustn't be a flag down there, is there?
That's what it is. That's what it is. I knew there something wasn't right about it. Now they kick out. Look at the strategy here. All the players around the middle and then making their move. Clann Eireann get it, and is that their midfielder McCafferty? I'm not quite sure from here. I think it is.
It's Grace Stewart now.
Stewart, a wee goal before half time would make it interesting from a neutral point of view. Is that a foul? No, the referee says it
went
isn't.
with the shoulder, so it's
a
free
in.
Yeah, free in.
Well, I'm not sure if she's indicated a free or a 45.
Yeah, she's nodding at the shoulder, so it's free in for shoulder. You can notice too with Carryduff, they've obviously with the 3 years and a lot of the girls playing the 3 years. Cara Donnelly in the full forward line wouldn't be the tallest, and they know her strengths and weaknesses. They're not booming it in, they're giving her the perfect chance to win it. So they know it doesn't have to be a perfect ball, but they're not putting it on top of her head. So they're playing to each other's strengths here, which is a huge factor obviously in the pouring rain.
That's going to drop in and around there. And there might be a chance here for Abby McMahon, but snuffed out immediately and cleared. I'd love to tell you who got the block in, but as I say, those white numbers on the back from a distance and these lights, I think it was maybe Maria McLarnon, I'm not quite sure. I might get another look at it.
She was playing advantage on the way out there, but
here it is again, Emma. Let's have a look at it here when it drops in. See if you can see. And it was this block, boom. Yeah, it was McLarnon, yeah.
I don't know what Anna McCardle was doing there with that big palm of a knockout.
Well, it might have been the lights that you were talking about, because the trajectory of that was coming from very high, you know, and they're maybe just not used to it here. It's not easy. There's half time. 30 minutes 35 seconds played, and it's been all Carryduff, it has to be said, and they are on their way. They have 3 goals and they're aiming and on the way to title number 3 in a row as well. So it's been a pretty messy first half technically for us as well, so we're going to go right off here and get things sorted for the start of the second half. So we're going to go right off there and we'll be back in about, well, how long will it take? About 6-7 minutes. Welcome back to the second half. Carryduff coming out onto the field. Clann Eireann making their way from the dressing rooms, and the referee is out in the middle, so we're nearly ready for the second half. It is 3-6-3. Looking at the first half here was the first goal for Carryduff. That's Evie McHugh setting up Hannah Casson, and this is Hannah Casson setting up Evie McHugh for the second goal. And pressure being exerted on the kick, but she still got it away, and this is the third one, and this sort of sums up the first half. They got a turnover there, put pressure on them, but will you see this for a finish? Boom. Great goal. And that was Cara Connolly, the number 10. So 3 goals for them, and they're looking for 3 titles as well, and 3 in a row, which has never been done. Breda have won 3 and 4, I think it was, won 2 in a row, but no one's ever done 3 in a row. What it means, though, Emma Kelly, is that County Down would be looking at having 6 of these titles in the last 10 years or so, which is quite something as well. It shows the strength of those 2 particular clubs who are dominating senior level and Down, and Breda have about 8 in a row at senior level, and Carryduff coming right up at them, but that's where the strength is. And if you don't know your geography, those 2 clubs are actually in Belfast, away from, a long way away from the likes of Unreacht and Warren Point and those sort of places, but that's where the power base is.
Yeah, I think the 2 clubs have bought into this minor championship as well, so whenever they get out of Down, they want to go for it. And obviously Breda have benefited the wealth of all those young girls winning the 3 out of the 4, so it is, and majority of them are either still playing for Breda in the 8 in a row winners. But as I was saying before, Carryduff now with going for the 3 in a row here and having a nice wee cultivator of young, fresh, good, talented players coming through. Breda's going to have one eye over their shoulder for the seniors very shortly, because they only lost by a point this year in the seniors, so I'm sure Breda will be going here. We need to be aware of what's coming behind us here, so no doubt they'll be stepping it up now to try and push on as well before Carryduff are ahead of them.
And here come Carryduff now. They are ahead of Clann Eireann, looking to get another score here at the start of the second half. And the kick pass spread over here, but it was a foul just before that. And Emma, you're a referee, so you'll be admiring Maggie's work here tonight. And you know what you're talking about there, if I can add to that, and I know people will say, well, you're from Breda, but in a way Breda maybe inspired Carryduff to come with their 3, because Breda won these back about 2015, 16, 19, something like that, or 16, around those sort of years, won their 3, and maybe Carryduff looked down the road and thought, hold on, you know, we could do that, and let's go for that competition, as you say, take it really, really seriously. And boy, have they done that over the last few years, and they're heading for 3, and there's another nice score, and who knows, they might even get another few in the next few years the way that they are going, because it's a bit like Waddy Graham's in the men's at St Paul's. By the time they got to their 4th, they knew they were going to win it. They know how to play the competition.
Yeah, I think once you get that wee bite of success, you don't want to be giving it up. But we were talking again, over the years since this tournament has started, every club that has got to the final, won the final, or just even reached the final have went on and been brilliant at senior level. It might have been a couple of years down the line, but they still were brilliant at senior level. The likes of Termon with Geraldine McLaughlin, St Paul's obviously had their 9 in a row in Antrim. Moneyglass now, they played Breda in one of their finals. Eric O'Keefe and Clann Eireann obviously. So Lurgan from Cavan. So all them teams that have played at either the final or have won the final have pushed on at senior level and are now enjoying the success up there too. So I think it's just something that every club should kind of be looking at.
Well, you see the example there of that ball being kicked away, you could say, but it was Carryduff sitting in there. It's their system. It's a system that they found that worked for them 2 years ago, and they've stuck with it. And if you find a system at this level, rather than just coming in for a novel sort of one game in a while, and that's what Waddy Graham's did as well, they knew at St Paul's how to win there, how their system worked, and they had such an advantage over teams who were coming into it for the first year. One of the things at St Paul's, for example, in their day was don't bounce it down in the left corner, don't bounce the ball. Even little things like that there, and you see Carryduff here. That system has been so effective. They stopped Lurgan in that first final, and you see there in that last example, it's working here again tonight. And Clann Eireann were on an attack there, and they just couldn't get through, and they've only got 3 points, and Carryduff looking to get one score there and didn't. Clann Eireann have it, and she spots the number 2 up there.
Well outnumbered. It was 3-1 there.
Well, it was Issa McCarran spotted the kick coming out, and she did really well in there as Cara Donnelly just saying give it to me, and she knew as soon as McCarran gets it to run in. It's that instinctive sort of link between the players there. McCarran's done an awful lot of work around there, and just a very smart player. Very smart.
Look straight away, once Carryduff lose the ball, they're dropping back into their system, into their setups. Number 12 here for Clann Eireann has made a good run, Lily Marie McAreevy, down the side. But again, there's two girls aware of that and covering it straight away. So they all know their role, what they need to play, but that doesn't just happen overnight. So, like, Carryduff could have been working in a system from their 14, under 16, now the minor with a 3. So this will be what the seniors are going to be playing.
Here come Carryduff now on the attack, looking for another score, maybe even a goal. No, it goes to the left, and not even a point, just goes to the left, but a good attack
Evie
again.
McHugh
so when we're talking about those previous wins, I mean, St Paul's won the first one, then Kaleeshall was actually played in Casement Park. I remember being in a game in St Paul's and going, here, I want to go down to that, but it was kind of at the same time, so I got down, I think, for the second half or whatever. So little Kaleeshall won it, and then Shane O'Neill's won it. That was Amy Mackin, and that was played, I think, down in maybe Emmyvale. Then you had Eastern Gales. Clann Eireann won it, then Breda came along, Errigal Kieran, then Breda won another 2, Carrick Moore, Lurgan, and now Carryduff looking like they're going to win 3. This is Erin Mullanafe for Clann Eireann, getting it back out, and that's Eve McGibbon. And they're allowed to have the ball around this sort of area, but again, that could be given away. See, it's that crossfield kick pass. It hasn't been working for them all night, because Carryduff just wait in there to pounce, don't they now? This is Evie McCafferty trying again and getting it to her midfield partner Brianna McGee, but you just see there they haven't that many ideas, and Carryduff's tackling is such that, well, they've given away a free here, but usually they are tackling really efficiently.
Yeah, Clann Eireann had spare players over at the back post or the other side of the goal, but Carryduff are putting that much pressure on them. They can't get their head up to get rid of it, or they're pushing them back again. So this should be a score on the board for Clann Eireann, but the number 2 for Clann Eireann has been very good, attacking and reading the play, and she's been trying to push the team on. So she has. So she's.
Well, look at this press here now. They're going to try and press them from this kick out here, and we'll see if Carryduff get out or not. Look, there's a lot of Carryduff players go around the middle. Now they make their runs out to the wings here to try and drag the players all over the pitch. And is it working? It works well for them, and it is Anna McCardle in the middle of the field, and now the support comes, and it's Clann Eireann being forced to go all the way back, and there's room down this left hand side for Cara Connolly, who got that terrific goal in the first half. And I'm just watching off camera here at their movement, their positioning and their diagonal runs, and there's one as well. Now she's got it, and she's probably looking a bit of support, and there's Cara Donnelly there, and she knew that was going to come to her, and it might even drop into the net just off the crossbar, and it was lovely movement here, and she just didn't panic, but she just read the game absolutely beautifully there. She's just available there and says, I'll take it from you, and same way she took it a minute ago from Lisa McCarran.
Yeah, she just took her time and weaved her way through the defence, but again, Clann Eireann's maybe not getting a hand on to slow them down. They're filling holes and pockets, but they're not actually getting a tackle in on them.
There's 2 balls on the pitch here. I'm sure Maggie's aware of that, but we're going to just get on. Someone will remove it, I'm sure. Keeper getting it now, and Clann Eireann with a bit of a chance here now if they can get it down the line. But serious pressure being applied by Niamh Napier. Just slows up the move, and then it is Evie McCafferty trying to get it moving. Gets it down to Anna Lavery. But Carryduff turn it over rather easily, and to me, I have to say, I feel like Carryduff psyched them out a little bit in the first. Oh, that's a rough challenge. It psyched them out a little bit in the first 10 minutes with those 2 goals, and then you also have to look at the fact that Clann Eireann are without Aoibhinn Donoghue, who was one of their best players, and of course played at senior level. I remember scoring a great goal in a Ulster senior. I was at Ulster senior semi-final. Fantastic young talent, and Cassie Henderson. So, you know, with their full team tonight, it might have been, shall we say, a more interesting game.
Yeah, there's a couple of changes coming on here as well. I think it's...
Yeah, for Clann Eireann. Now, it looks, is that 10 going off? It's kind of hard to see.
I think it was 14, was it?
maybe.
Did the board up, but it looked just as they were taking it down.
Oh, they had a board up, did they?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see the number, but yeah. Anyway, a change for Clann Eireann. We'll pick that up as we go on. But here is Carryduff. That's going to bounce over, and it's gone all the way through to Carrie Donnelly. Well, she got a goal in last year's final, a goal in the previous one, and she's going to get one in this one. Steps. She's denied on this occasion. She ruined that good build-up I had for her there, but she might still get one. Knowing Cara, she's been terrific.
I think she overthought that one. Instead of pulling the trigger, she was in two minds whether to pass to Ellie Sargent or go for it.
So a bit of a let-off for Clann Eireann, but still did Clann Eireann not get a point a few minutes ago from a free? They should be on 4, shouldn't they, I think? Was a free down that end, or was it wide? I thought it was over.
I think it went over.
Yeah, we'll check that. But yeah, it's added there now. But Carryduff well in control. And there's... What number is that actually, that Carryduff girl there? Is that a sub? No, I was trying to see, is that a 19 in her back? It's very hard to see.
No, it's 10.
It is 10, yeah. Thought they'd maybe made a change. I'm sure they will in the next few minutes. The way things are going. 9 minutes in. Very much in control. So, barring a big comeback here, it'll be Carryduff, but I suppose the management may be waiting just in case something happens.
It was another brilliant tackle there by Erin Malanfa.
Erin Malanfa, yeah. Yeah, she's been good for Clann Eireann tonight. It's actually a hot ball.
There's another change. Is it 13 for 16, is it?
13.
Clann Eireann?
It does look like 15, 13 for 15 would it be? So, hold on, that doesn't make sense.
15 maybe?
Oh, I'll tell you what, 15 didn't start for Clann Eireann. That's Kaylee McGee. So she's maybe coming on for Abby McMahon. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's disappointing.
There's 4 and 11.
Abby. 4 and 11. Well, that means Rose Walsh, who didn't start wearing number 4, is now coming on for Aoife McDonald, number 11. And hold on, number 10 is going over as well. Anna Lavery. No, she's not. She was just ambling over in that direction.
Carryduff's making a change here too, if we can.
Let's watch the number go up. Maggie waiting for it. 3 and 17 for Carryduff. That would mean Rebecca McDonald going off if it's Carryduff, and 17 is Ellen Farrell.
Yep.
And Rebecca would have started the 2023 final. Didn't play in the final last year. Yeah, one change for Carryduff then. I'm sure there'll be a few more over the next 10 minutes or so. Now we'll get underway again. Maggie Farrelly. And you'd imagine the netball player has an advantage here, and she certainly gets it, but that was brilliant from, I think it's Issa McCarran there, and she was second to that. You know, she went up, but you know what, she didn't give up. She went straight for the break and got it. That was brilliant, and she's been like that all night. She's a real dynamo in there, the heart of the team, and I'm not sure she gets an awful lot of plaudits for it, but she's been terrific tonight, and they might get a goal at the end of that, but it started with Issa McCarran. Brilliant save. Wow, that was terrific from Lucy Lennon in there, the 16-year-old, to deny Carryduff a 4th goal. And this is Lily Marie McAreevy there, a bit of a let-off there.
Leah Lavery's on for Clann Eireann as well, number 23's on.
Carryduff come again, and they might get a goal this time. Rifle to the roof of the net, goal number 4, and it's Carryduff now.
Evie McHugh again.
That's McHugh, that's 2 goals for her, and she created one as well, and to me she's heading for a player of the match. We were talking about it at half time. There she is again. You see the movement from number 12 looking for it, boom, and I think she scored the first goal with her left foot, so that's a goal off either foot. That's great ability for a minor footballer as well, and of course Cara Donnelly in there as well with that earlier chance. Wow.
Yeah, I think they're just been very clinical in front of the goal and making sure if they have a goal chance they're rocketing it.
Yeah, well, they've scored 4, and you have to be honest, they could have scored 6 or 7 so far, and they could still get 6 or 7. Totally dominant here.
Brilliant running by Brianna McGee there. She's still going. She's taking them all on. She's just opening up the legs, and
Malanafi is there if needed and is needed. Now she's just going to put this over. She's going to work it with Anna Lavery.
They need to be patient
back
here.
Back out to Eve McGibbon, trying to get her score. Oh, good block. And who is it again? It's Issa. It's Issa McCarran, player of the match in the final last year, and you know she's in with a hell of a shout for player of the match again.
She's been doing brilliant. It's a 45 here, but
she just never stops.
She's covering every inch of the ground here.
You're going to say a inch of grass there, weren't you?
She's getting all the dirty ball here as well.
You were talking about the earlier finals and previous years and players who've come through. If you look at the captains, the first player to lift the cup was Anya Tubridy, and the losing captain that day was Geraldine McLaughlin, the Terman, that game up at St Paul's, and that was January 2nd, 1st of January actually, or 2012. No, 2nd of January 2012, and within 2 years, Geraldine and Terman had won the Senior All Ireland Club. You know.
No, as I said, it's a brilliant stepping stone for any club. It just gets you a wee bit of
And the other provinces
hunger.
don't have it. You know,
Yeah.
they don't have it, and if you look at this, as you say, it is a pathway and it does help them, you know. And then you look at Louise Kelly was the second captain, Moya Feehan, Ella Durkin with Breda, and Leisha Duffy, and Leisha has been playing for Down now for years. Ella's actually playing rugby these days. Maria Canavan with Errigal was their captain, Aoife Murphy, Caitlin Gormley with Carrickmore, Shan O'Neill, and then Maeve Napier with Carryduff, all those girls. But the players that have been through, and I mentioned Amy Mackin, you know, after she first really came to prominence outside her own area. A chance there for Carryduff, and that was Kaylee McGee, who's come on as a sub despite wearing number 15, but just dropped it into the keeper's arms. So we've still a long way to go. We've 15 minutes to go here.
Anna McCardle's struggling with cramp here as well.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was her that pulled that shot. So it was, she's pulled up there.
Carryduff building up the field, looking to get more scores here. And is that number 17? That is the number 17 for them. Didn't see her come on. That is 17 there, Cecilia French. Oh no, that's the wrong team. I'm looking at. Oh, it's Ellen Farrell. Ellen Farrell. She was looking for that ball across the middle there.
There's
Clann
Anna
Eireann
getting moving again. The cramp hasn't stopped her from running. She's another one that's been brilliant.
This is McGibbon. Oh, stolen away. And I'm going to guess from distance. I'm now seeing the body language. Was that McCarran again? She's on the ball here again now. Actually, I don't think it was her this time. Or was it? Anyway, there she is on the ball now. Is that McCarran? It's very hard to see again in these legs.
Yep,
I'm going to complain
it is,
about
yep.
it. It is McCarran.
It is.
I doubted myself, but yeah, she's just been amazing in there in the engine room. And laid off. Look at the running off the shoulder as well, and they're through. There's a chance here of goal number 5. She's going to be happy with the point. She is. And just takes that sensible option.
It's rare you see them fisting it over the bar, but it's something that I love them to do at the same time.
Is that McHugh? Or was it, yeah, McHugh, Evie McHugh, I think it was. So yeah, it's going to be really tough for you, Emma, picking player of the match. I don't envy you at all. I'm having nothing to do with it. But no, seriously, you know, you've Asa McCarran in there, you've Evie McHugh,
Anna McCardle.
and Anna McCardle, yeah.
And Cara Donnelly maybe hasn't scored as much, but she's been very influential on the ball and creating the spaces
Very
in her
clever,
movement. Yeah. But again, if she's at St Mary's, she's obviously playing another step up as well.
Well, that's what I was saying at the start. You know, there's 4 or 5 of them are at university already. Yeah.
And you say somebody was at Liverpool? Or
Yeah.
That's
I think
Clann Eireann,
I think I was in the other team, yeah. And a wide. Serious pressure being applied there. The referee just going over to check that she's okay. Just going to check on the live stream. So we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. There's a sub, by the way. Carryduff 20. What's that? 25 and
for 20.
Yeah, don't know.
There shouldn't have been a 20, should there be? Or
Not
like
sure.
CUNY?
It could be 28. Could be anything from this distance. 25. So Clann Eireann 25 is no. Eva McGibbon's already on. So Eva McGibbon's coming off, and it's maybe Aoife McConville who is coming on. She's number 20, if we've read that right, and
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that.
And it's Carryduff's line and 3 subs up to come on here as well.
Yeah, they may as well empty the bench and give girls
That's
games.
a brilliant ball there of Eireann. No, they just bounced, took it away, and look who's there gathering it up. Have a guess before you look.
It wasn't her, that was 17. That was Ellen Farrell, was it not back there? She's probably back there as well. It's a shame in a way for the final, you know, because I thought these two teams would be really well matched, you know, and I thought, but as I say, Cassie Anderson's not here, and you know, that's obviously a factor, but look, Carryduff was just so much better, and they obviously would have won anyway the way they're playing here. And look at that weary walk over
There's
there
all the subs.
with Evie coming over from
11
Clann Eireann.
for Carryduff's away
rejected.
off.
Right, let's try and work out who all's coming on then. What's your eyesight like? That's 2 going off, which would be Orla Hughes.
I think, is that 18 coming on?
Sort of got the light at the
angle
board
there.
at an angle there. Hold on, yeah, 18, good spot. Lily Meehan.
And
19 for 10 maybe. So Cara Connolly,
23. Abigail Hanvey come on here in the middle as well. Here.
Okay. So I'm working at 19 for 10. So Cara Connolly is off, and 19 would be Eve Bradshaw. And you spotted Hanvey, who is 23.
Yeah, but I don't know if he went off for though.
No, we did all right there.
Yeah.
We got 5
it's hard
to
see from across there with the light.
The other information is that it's 48.5 minutes gone. And it's 21 to 4. 4-9 to 4 points. And there's one of the... I was going to say one of the subs. Was it one of the subs? It's hard to know now. It was Clann Eireann started with 3 from outside the 15. Not that Carryduff will mind that the game is petering out a little bit as a contest. They won't mind at all.
Olivia Campbell's on 28 for Clann Eireann. That's her now with the ball, taking the free.
Good spot, yeah. And Olivia Campbell would be well known in Northern Ireland underage soccer. Doesn't play that much Gaelic, I'm told. Would be a first choice player otherwise.
Carryduff's just breaking out in a big wave here together.
They are. And that's well taken on the run.
And Abigail Hanvey.
Is it Abigail? Yeah, good spot. And coming through the middle, on the runner through the middle, that's brilliant. And it could be another goal here. Oh, I was waiting for the net to ripple there. I thought it was going to ripple, but she actually put it wide. Is that the number 5 again, Casson, who got the goal earlier on? Brilliant run through the middle, and they just didn't track her, did they? And you would have put money on that.
There's some power. There's another change. Is that 3?
Yeah, that's 17? A feature, isn't it? You know, when they get close, boy, do they hit it. It's a bit like the Vicky Wall thing. You know, they absolutely belt it when they get close.
They don't want to give the keeper a chance. If she blocks it, she'll not be able to catch it cleanly. 17
for 3. Is that Clann Eireann?
Yeah.
Right, so Katie Kearney going off, and this is Cecilia French. I knew she'd come on. That's why I said it a few minutes ago. Just had some sort of vision there. The commentators have.
Future. Maggie's busy tying laces.
Oh yeah, that's Erin Milanovic getting her laces tied there.
If you're referee, you always have to tie at least 2 laces throughout a game.
You know, they need to hurry up because this place is only booked at 9 o'clock, so it's now, it's 8:38. So I want to get this cup carried off, no hanging around.
Look at the high press still going on.
Laces getting tied. Yeah, well, you know, to be fair, you know, at this level, it was the same in the final last year. You know, Carryduff beat Dunlow, and Dunlow, you know, they were a weary team well before the final whistle. And when you're winning and you're flying, you know, Carryduff put in a couple of late goals, I think, or at least one late goal. And when you're winning at this level, you know, you've got bags of energy, haven't you? And you're coming on. It's a great team to be coming on to as well. And it's tough for Clann Eireann out there, especially when they're chasing it by so much. But you know, look at that scoreboard, Emma. 4 points is all Clann Eireann have scored, and how many of them were frees as well. I mean, that tells its story about Carryduff and the way that they've managed this game.
They've been in control from the start, and as we said, the score could easily have been double that. Now Clann Eireann, to be fair, have still been pushing on and then we get into the score.
But it's zone, defensively,
but
like just there, that example there, the way they
them.
broke that down. You know, when a player coming in, they get the hand in, they're not fouling that much, and they have a player in to get it as well. Their turnovers are unreal. Yeah,
so they allow them to get in, but they're set up. They know the role. They know if one person's beat, the next person's there, and they're just working together as a team. That this would be hard for any team to break down because they're so clued into their system and their roles. Like Anna McArdle's just going there for a wee 1-2. It's if it's a wee training session, but they've probably been doing this flat out at training, that they know exactly where to go and what to do.
Yeah, they're an easy street Carryduff, and they are looking to put the icing on the cake as well here. Now the referee hasn't given that. He's let her go, give her advantage. Yeah, said there was no foul there and it's gone wide. I'm just thinking, you know, when you're talking there about the teams that have gone through, and even that Clann Eireann team who won it in 2015, Tommy Coleman was a manager. I wonder were his daughters in that team, are they around that age, or maybe they were a bit too young, I'm not sure. You know, but they came through and were the first Armagh team to win an Ulster senior club title, you know, and then Breda came through and they didn't win an Ulster senior club title, but they were in 2 finals, a lot of those players, and there's still a lot of young players there that maybe could come good. You have Moneyglass haven't won it, but they've been there or thereabouts at minor level, winning their county title, and the Varigal Kieran, who were in the final this year, and they beat Clann Eireann in the final back in 2017. So you wonder, you know, Carryduff creating history here, be winning 3 in a row, what this group of players will be capable of. As you say, they're probably going to take over Breda at certainly next year or the year after, you would imagine, and maybe go on to dominate and maybe do big things in Ulster.
Well, going by the track record of this tournament, you probably could predict something around this. There's another couple of changes.
The only factor there, though, is, I know from Breda, Carryduff, a lot of players, they don't necessarily stay in the same area in the way that a Money Glass would. There's a yellow card there. But, they might end up 2 or 3 going to Australia and one going here and one going there. And cities, you get that,
Yeah, but I think with Carryduff, from speaking to their underage manager, that they do have the big numbers, and you would hope that they would be able to
2 senior teams in Ulster this year.
I think they're having 3 senior teams this year, or next year, sorry. So again, they do have the numbers, so it's kind of making sure everybody knows the right system and the rules. So if 2 people drop off, they have 2 people that should be able to set in that already know what they're to do. So I wouldn't put it past Carryduff to be pushing on over the next couple of years, and not just winning the Down Senior, but possibly pushing on in the Ulster Senior as well. Because again, why not? If you look at the Money Glass story, why not? So I think it's just about keeping this belief in them. They've went up against the best teams in Ulster at the minute at this level, so why not that step? Because that's who's going to be coming up against them.
We haven't seen that sort of ball too much tonight. Belted right into the full forward line, but it was actually really well defended. I think it was Zara Dolan there who came in at the start of the game and did well there. But yeah, Money Glass, I mean, they're amazing, aren't they? That victory a few weeks ago was fantastic, and as I say, they haven't won an Ulster at minor level, but they were in the final against Breda in the Dub Arena.
Yeah, and
in
a number
the last 7 or 8 years. A number of those players came through that, so it's not necessarily that you have to win it.
Like Orla Prenter and Emma Louise McAreevy, Clann Griffin were all playing in that final against Breda in the Dub. Saying you love the Dub. So
especially tonight.
They all played. Obviously, Money Glass don't have Prenter, and they're still doing what they're able to do. So you're just going. It's class. It's amazing, and like all of Antrim and Ulster will be behind them. I'm sure the underdog story. A lot of people will be behind them on Saturday as well. Like, so, it's best luck to them, and sure they've no fear. It's 15 against 15, so just go out and go at them.
Oh yeah. It's only the team who are going for 5 in a row.
Yeah. But again, you can't win them all. You have to go out and turn up and put it in,
That's what they said the last time, here he's coming looking for a player in the match. Yeah, it's all about Emma. Nothing to do with me at all.
Yeah.
Emma's,
there's a few contenders.
Yeah, we've gone there. Evie McHugh or Anna McCardle.
Isa McCarran.
Or Isa McCarran.
So
hold on, somebody might swing it a wee bit here. How long have we got left? We have 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Hold on. This might decide it here. Sophie Kerr is through. And she's put it over the bar. No. In fact, she's put it over the ball stop as well. Anyway, yeah, so between those 3, well, Isa's done an awful lot of hard work all over the field, the sort of unsung hero. And then Evie McHugh's got the 2 goals, 1 off either foot, and 2 brilliant goals. And she set up another one. And then you've Anna McCardle was sort of sitting in there and dictating a lot. I know who my vote's for. And I'm going 12. I'm going Evie McHugh. Who are you going?
I probably would have went Anna McCardle, simply being she's been the push up. The rest can't do the job without her sitting there. But to me,
you're the expert.
To me, I would go Isa McCarran, simple being
hold on a minute.
She's covered every bit of grass, and she's the one that's been setting up the rest as well. So
grass? There's no grass out there.
Well, 3G.
Well, hold on.
Stones.
I asked you to clarify it, and you've confused me here. I'm not sure who you're going for now. Are you going for Isa? All right. No, I'm totally happy with that. Isa McCarran. She was player of the match last year in the final 2. 9.
Isa
McCarran, number 9. Isa, yeah, that's how you pronounce it. It's ISA, but it's like EESA. I don't know if you remember the scenes last year. Her mother was there, Delia McCarran, and sadly since has passed away. But Isa's
she's
obviously carried her memory, and I think the whole team have carried the memory of her with them, and imagine, what that effect that had on this group of players as well. That can't be underestimated too. I mean, to have that, and it's an awful difficult thing for a group of young players to have at minor level, but credit to the club and the management, the way they've managed that situation too.
Yeah, but that would possibly unite the team as a whole as well, that if if you're training with each other every night of the week, you're a family member too, type thing. So I'm sure that being around the girls in itself has helped ease in the family and what they're doing too.
Yeah, it's an outlet if you like, but that's the beauty of Gaelic games, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the community feel to it. Is that another wide there for them just? But no, it's just that a lot of people have covered a lot of ground. Anna McCardle have loved the way that she's set up. She's controlled the game and she's been bursting out in the 1-2s and going with it. But Isa was back there getting the blocks in as well and stuff, and she's been box to box from the middle of the pitch.
You don't have to convince me. It was me who picked her out first. And the first half, the way she gets in and around and does all the work, and and she's so energetic, and I called her a dynamo at one stage, so you can't always give player of the match to the girl who gets the scores. I mean, the Ulster senior final, I give it to Sarah O'Neill rather than Maria, and then I look back and thought, I look back in some of the replays, and Maria was unbelievable, the stuff she did, not just the scores that day,
Yeah,
so
she had a brilliant block in this first half too, Maria, that day, but again, Sarah, I think, goes through games and doesn't maybe get the credit that should be, so I was glad to see Sarah getting the player of the match. And then Maria got the one
the next day.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so it's going to the same house.
Sinead will be complaining about all the dustbusters with all the player of the match awards sitting, but if it's medals coming home, I doubt the same girl will be annoyed too much.
Do you give them a chance then on Saturday, seriously? Oh, hold on, Clann Eireann might get a score here, and let's go back to watch this here, but look at the Carryduff players in and around forcing that one wide. I mean, my goodness, 4 points have conceded. Well, there's a free, but I mean, I think there's only been maybe 1, maybe 2 from play. But anyway, Saturday, money glass. You were saying earlier on about the chance they have, and I was amazed by them the last day. I didn't read too much into the Ulster final because Ariel Kieran sort of died early on, and they looked like they didn't really read the occasion. They relied on sort of gone through with power and strength, and it didn't work. They didn't know, they couldn't handle them. And then in the semi-final, my goodness, money glass, Kilmacud just could not cope with the power, the running, the athleticism, the drive. They just kept going at them. It was unbelievable stuff, so they have obviously a fighting chance if they play like that again, but obviously Croke Park's a huge ask as well. I'm sure a lot of the girls, I mean, you have young Caitlin there's only 15.
Leah Stewart's still a minor as
well. Hey, Leah Stewart could play anywhere. What a player, She wears 4, but she plays up in the forwards, and there was one great little cameo she did where there was a foul and the girl was on the ground with the ball and she ran past her. All the Kilmacud girls had stopped and she says, give me it. Hold on, there might be a goal here for Clann Eireann, make us enjoy at the end. No, there isn't, and look who was back there tackling, and it was actually Lily Meehan for Carryduff and a free out. But yeah,
no, I think with Moneyglass, it's they're going to Croke Park, massive pitch. Kilcare and Clonberne are obviously used to playing there the past number of years, obviously with the Wards and the Devillies and the Nuns. They've got household names and all-stars and player of the years, but again, it's still 15 against 15. It comes down to the day, and the experience of the day and the build up and the atmosphere. I just wonder if the
surprise element has gone a wee bit, because Kilmacud were so shocked. I mean, they'll be looking at it and thinking, oh, we didn't see that coming. Kilkerran have been warned,
Yeah, I think they'll throw the kitchen sink at them, but at the same time, would the experience come back for Kilkerran and Clonberne? But I suppose we all love the underdog story, so
they're a very young team, Kilkerran too, even though they've all these All-Irelands, they're a young team still, and lots of players in their mid-20s and lots
Nicola's
of running.
Still in her 20s, isn't she? Her and Louise.
Well, they're twins, so they're both the same age.
You'd hope so. And the Devillies, most of them aren't.
Oh no, they're not old. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. And it's just incredible that little area had a group of players like that. But Moneyglass will go in and give it absolutely everything. But they have a system of playing as well. Kilkerran, I mean, the way they play is unbelievable. I saw them down in Ballymacarbery a few years ago, on an awful day, and they still played their fantastic style of football, And here's Clann Eireann's number 7 going through. Grace Stewart. How many times has that happened? They've carried off. They just get a hand in.
It's just a wee scoop, and then they make it look so easy. Yeah. And they just glide out with it again, and they have options coming off the shoulder, and
they've broken their hearts. Clann Eireann, as I noticed it after about 10-15 minutes.
It was the 2 goals.
Not really. Well, there was that then, but you just saw them thinking, hold on. What can these girls have got us sussed here? Now,
they're still coming. The new girls come on, haven't weakened them. They're still coming, the exact same style.
Is that a free? Nope. And we're still going, actually. I didn't think they'd be that much, with 3 minutes extra. I suppose we had the
maybe
substitutions.
All the subs and you had the yellow card as well.
Yeah. So it's now 10 to 9, and this place is booked to 9 o'clock. So
Jerome's nervous.
Get them over quick to get this cup presented.
Nobody's told Maggie the lights go out.
Carryduff win it back again. Now, can they finish it, Carryduff? Right at the end now, in the 64th minute, they have it won. History in the making, and great save by the goalkeeper. And she's made a couple of great saves, Lucy Lennon, to be fair.
It's just not coming for Cara today. She's tried many times to get a goal, and it's just the keeper's done brilliant. Is that
Absolutely.
No.
Nope. Nope. We keep going. And now nearly in the 63, 65th minute, nearly 64 minutes completed, and Maggie, I think, is about to blow any second, and Carryduff on the verge with Evie McHugh. Super game, and they're just playing it back here, totally in control with the extra player as well.
I doubt Cara will really care if she gets her goal or not. She's collecting the trophy.
There is the final whistle, and Carryduff have created history. 3 in a row of Ulster minor championships. Nobody's done that before. Their near neighbours have won 3, but only 2 in a row, and then the third. Carryduff have now joined them in the Roll of Honour, and it is a superb victory on the night. Very one-sided games that turned out. A dominant display by Carryduff, thoroughly deserved. 4-10 to 5 points, and it could have been more, to be fair.
Yeah, Carryduff could have probably had double scores tonight if they had took their chances. Clann Eireann, to be fair, didn't give up. Yeah, they looked tired on their legs and a bit deflated because every time Carryduff went for a score, majority of the time they were picking it out of the nets. But again, it's just experience and the know-how there. Carryduff shown right through, and it's brilliant for them to get the 3 in a row and obviously be the history makers. And I'm sure they're glad too that they've beat Breda in making that one in a row instead of having the wee break in between.
Steady, careful now, careful there, careful. 3 each. But yeah, they have got the 3 in a row, to be fair. And the captain, by the way, in 2023 was Shannon O'Neill, player of the match that day as well. And 2024 was Maeve Napier. Captain today is Cara Donnelly. So that's the 3 captains, and you see there, big hug there for, I think it was Maria McLarnon, and they're going to need to get them over quick here for this presentation. We're running out of time here. 7 minutes to 9. I keep watching it. I know what they're like here. We're in council property. We're not in a GA property here. So they'll need to get them over. Yeah, they're
Can we vote teams over for the presentation, please?
And do you know who they've sent over? They've sent over the Breda man. They've sent over Colin.
I think they did that in badness.
I think they did, yeah. But you know, that little area, as I say, well, quite a big area, I suppose, in the county down side of Belfast. That's now 6 titles, and it's only been going since 2011. So 6 titles in the last 10 years for that area. So who knows? Who knows in the years to come? Yeah, he says, would you mind coming over here, you Carryduff girls, and receiving this cup here? And they are coming over. So we're going to have the presentation, and you know, we have to give mentions for all of the management that named them earlier. Damien Horrisk, Aidan Hughes, Orla Meehan, Noel Napier, Jared Sargent, and also they named Ciara McLarnon, who's the sister of Maria, Maeve Napier, who, as I mentioned, won the previous 2, and Susie Baxter there as well. And Jerry Doherty is taken to the microphone. Yeah, here we go.
On behalf of Ulster Ladies Gaelic Football Association, I want to congratulate both teams for an excellent display of football here tonight in Woodlands. The conditions were very trying, and we offer our sincere thanks to all the players for their efforts here tonight. Let's give them a big round of applause, please, on a bad night. Well done. Okay. I want to thank also Belfast City Council for the use of the facilities here. We tried a lot of grass pitches all over the province, and these people were the only people who came up to help us. So well done to the Belfast City Council. I also want to thank all those people who helped to put on our game today. Our referee, our officials, our lines persons, our umpires, and everybody who helped. A word of thanks is also due to my Ulster Council colleagues for their unstinting efforts to try and get this match played, and I think you will all agree with the great effort they made, so let's give them a big round of applause as well. Before we have the presentation to the winners, a word to Clann Eireann. Well done, girls. You wore your jerseys with pride. Congratulations. Thank you very much for your efforts in ladies Gaelic football, and I'm sure you will be back. Let's give them a big round of applause as well. Before we have the presentation to the winners, to the winning captain, Cara Donnelly, Ulster Council award our player of the match to the most valuable player, and that is the Carryduff number 9, Isa McCarran. She comes forward to receive her cup.
There she goes, 2 years in a row.
And now, as I said earlier, I'm going to call forward Cara Donnelly to receive the cup on behalf of her team.
Here comes Cara Donnelly. Didn't get her goal, but great performance.
She tried.
As you say, she's still smiling, she wouldn't mind at all. And I wonder, will she say a word or two as well? Paul Swift there getting the photograph. 3 in a row for Carryduff. And here she goes. Her dad used to play for Breda, just to complicate it even more.
I just want to thank Woodlands for the spontaneous match with the delay, but also thanks to Ulster LGFA for the organisation skills. I know that must have been tough. But thank you to our opponents, Clann Eireann, for putting up such a strong fight. It was an amazing match, and I just want to thank you so much. To our supporters, we can't be here without you today. No good team doesn't have an awful supporter team, so I want to thank you so much for always being there for us, for always travelling to see us and just being there for us always. I want to turn to our management. I know we are a tough bunch to work with. We're a bit on the chatty side, but I want to thank you so much. We love you so much, and we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you. And lastly, I want to thank my amazing team. I genuinely don't think you could find better friends within a team. We are the most close-knit team you'll ever find, and I just love you all so much. And we played fabulous, and I couldn't ask anything more of you, and you are just amazing. We love you all. Are we ready?
It's the teacher in her.
Yeah, she's at St Mary's, yeah. Yeah.
Some injuries there too, so
That was a lovely speech, so oh god, there is too. Blimey, it's not so good, but no, she's okay. But look, lovely speech by her there. You know, she said she loves them all, they're all big friends, and there's a banner coming in from the far side up the Duff. That's up Carryduff, not too far from here, and they are winners of this Ulster Minor Club Championship for the 3rd year in a row, and what a group of players they are, and the girls who were there in previous years still in the background here, so great family there, and well done to them. I'm not going to hang around here because it is now 30 seconds to 9 o'clock. I told you how to be out of here by 9 o'clock. So that's about it. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Thank you to Emma. We've survived the rain and everything else here, and we've managed to get it on air and stay on air, and that's been a bit of a good achievement, to be fair, here tonight by the whole team, so well done to the live stream team. As I say, we were hoping for the Dub Arena and we had to come here, but we have done it, and we have captured the historic moment and the achievement for Carryduff. And that's it from Ulster for now. It's a happy Christmas from Ulster ladies. We've still to go on to cover the All-Ireland Club finals this weekend, so we'll be busy then, but for now, from Belfast tonight, it's goodbye.